What's up, y'all? My name's Tim Ream. I'm here today on the 59th day of 75 hard. Today is going to be hamstrings and calves. Typically don't like doing calves on a leg day, so I'm going to put them in the beginning. Hopefully that doesn't affect our other lifts too much. We're going to see, just kind of experimenting with it. Hamstring workout is going to be pretty much the exact same as it typically is. I'm going to throw in one variation. If my machine allows for it, the certain range of motion I'm looking for. If not, then I'll just hop back to the normal thing that I typically do. That being said, we got everything set up. One other thing too, I'm also going to, this is kind of the main leg day today. So I'm going to hit hamstrings in the morning, and then I'm going to hit quads tonight at the gym. But I'm going to do a couple quad workouts, or what would typically be quad workouts, like squat now, because the equipment at the gym, I just don't want to fuck with it. That being said, I'm all set up. I'm going to get right into it. We're going to start off with seated calves, actually, instead of standing, which I typically have. I do standing and then I do seated, but whatever. Ain't too big of a deal, but just switching it up a little bit today. So going to get started on seated calves here.
Beautiful. That's coming up on the Game Changing.
It's also the 59th day of the spring cut as well too. Spring cut's going good.
David, welcome to the podcast.
Happy with it.
Thanks for having me on, bro. Appreciate it.
I already know right up front that this is probably going to be one of our most popular podcasts, and it's interesting because I'm sure you've noticed this at this point, but there's like this allure that you have where it's with anything, any type of keynote from David Goggins, any type of video from David, podcast. What do you think it is? What do you think it is that attracts people to your content?
I think it's my take it or leave it kind of mentality. Where I don't really think about your feelings. I don't really care about what you think or what you think about me, or if you're soft, if you're weak, if you're hard, if you're an alpha, whatever the hell you are. I just don't really care. And I'm going to say what I believe is going to get you better. It may make you pissed off at me in the interim, but in the long term, if you really think about what I'm saying things to you that I hadn't listened to. And, tell myself, and it's just, sometimes hard truth sucks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I even saw, even recently, I think this was like over the weekend or sometime last week, I think there's somebody impersonating you, right, on LinkedIn, and you put out this video, and even this video, I'm like sharing it with people I know, like, look at how pissed off David is about this guy.
The reason I'm kind of starting off with seated calf raises versus the standing is because I've noticed that I do more sets to failure with seated than I do with the standing calf raises, and I feel like the seated builds kind of a different part of the muscle in the calf. It's like underneath the actual, like almost like that softball portion. It's underneath that, and it gives, it gives the calf a different look. So I wanted to put more emphasis on the standing, to where it's just like right on that softball part of the, like the inner part of the calf. So I'm going to try to do more sets to failure from now on the standing instead of seated. So I'm just going to do one warm-up, maybe two, and then one set to failure, and then hop over there and do the majority of my stuff. But just trying to get it pre-exhausted and stuff, ready for the standing calf raise there. So that's kind of my thinking behind it. Kind of, I don't know, I can always tell, like, I don't know if you guys know who Andy Elliott is, but whenever you see his legs, I can tell he does the majority of his calf workouts are seated. And it's just like, once you can tell, you can just tell, like, it's like right here, rather than just that built up big fucking softball part of your fucking calf. And it's like the muscle underneath the main muscle is what that works, from what I understand. And that's where I feel it too, and on the outside of the leg too. It makes it bulky over here rather than just really focused on that inner softball there. We'll do one more warm-up set here, and then we'll do a set to failure. But I'm trying to sculpt my body in the way I want it to be, not just because I like a certain exercise. So So moving it around, I guess, the focus of it a little bit, so I can get that result I'm after.
What they see me in a 1 minute video when I'm fucking hyped up, and the whole idea of the 1 minute video.
Yeah, like I can feel it on the outside of the calves, which it brings like width, but not really a super, it's just like a bulky, strong looking leg rather than an aesthetically appealing leg at the end, at the bottom of the calves there. So it's just something I've become a little bit more conscious of, probably because I'm in the cutting phase too. I'm starting to see a little bit more of my muscle development and how it's actually structured now that I'm a little leaner, rather than whenever I'm bulky, I'm just like, you don't really notice all those subtle differences. And I made a video, or a short the other day, talking about how why it's better to be lean. And being lean, once I got lean, like I could actually see that my shoulders weren't as bulky. You know, like I just mentioned, my calves. I can actually see more development in my legs than I thought there was. So there's been good and bad aspects about it, but it actually kind of gives you a better pulse. Puts your finger on the pulse of where your body's actually at whenever you're leaner. Whereas if you're overweight and you got a lot of fat, you might look big in one area, but you're really not. So it's like being leaner is giving me the opportunity just to be able to see those flaws in what I would call my physique or the weak links or whatever. Things I would like to work on. So it's been all around super good. And you just look better, you know? Alright. We're one set failure on this and then go over there to the standing.
You are capable of because you've gone there several times in those dark times. So my belief, why I kept on going back to Navy SEAL training and going back to all these different things, not because I hoped training would get easier. It's because I believed I could fucking make it. Through the training I put myself through, I just wasn't doing and executing as I should. And I knew that. It was all about me. So when I put that belief into work, it came to fruition. Everything happened.
And for the few people that may not know, you described your upbringing as having front row seats to a horror movie. If you could briefly give the people...
Since like on that movement, I don't really feel it, and I could probably position my legs a little different. Whenever I'm pushing it to failure there, like I'm really feeling it on the outside of my calves there. I guess maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe it's the outside and then kind of on the inside, but I really just don't feel it on that softball. I don't even know what the fuck to call it, so I call it a softball. But feel it on that softball or whatever, like I do whenever I'm on standing. But on this run, we get into the really deep stretch on the end and just stay there for a little second, then fucking push up. I feel like that deeper stretch there at the end on calves, you just pause out. I don't know, for some reason that really introduces the burn. Versus if I'm standing here in kind of a, flexed out position at the top, that's okay, but if for some reason, dude, that stretch position at the bottom is the thing that really fucking drives that burn home.
Watching her get beat by my father, and then slowly watching her evolve into this woman who marries a guy that literally choked a woman to death and was in prison. And I'm watching all this shit unfold, and it was like watching a horror flick, and I was front row with these thoughts.
always better. The second one's not as good. And with
that I had to listen to and, you know, tell myself, and it's just sometimes hard truth sucks.
I mean, I even saw even recently. I think this was like over the weekend or sometime last week. I think there was somebody impersonating you, right, on LinkedIn, and you put out this video. And even this video, I'm like sharing it with people I know. I'm like, look at how pissed off David is about this guy. But more importantly, by the end of the video, I started to feel sorry for the guy.
Pretty exhausted with the seated. You can definitely feel that a lot more going in on the warm-up sets on these standing calf raises. I'm going to go as heavy as possible on them. You want one more warm-up set, and then I'm just going to fucking blast the shit out of them with heavy-ass weight.
And I just don't buy into all that shit. You know, everybody thinks you got to settle when you become successful, and it's just people are going to take your book, and they're going to bootleg the book, and it's just great signs of success. Well, you can sit there, like most people do, and sit there and take that shit, or you can go ahead and believe, you know what, how successful I am, I'm going to hold your ass accountable for what the fuck you're doing.
Tell you what, the farther you get in to a spring cut and at a calorie deficit, I know I keep harping on this calorie deficit, but dude, I'm really starting to see how much that can fucking drain you mentally. And I haven't really done it until this year, so it's kind of like starting to just kind of be real to me. You really are fighting a mental fucking battle the whole fucking time, especially towards the end of the day whenever you're really, really depleted.
But why didn't you write a second book?
Well, the thing about it is, like, you know, it can't hurt me.
All right.
Because I call it the vascular degree. It was the very basic nuts and bolts about how to get the fuck up and stop feeling sorry for yourself. And the funny thing about it is that most people who hear me, they hear me cuss all the time. They hear me cuss, they hear me going off, carry the boats, carry the logs, all this shit. They hear all this hoopla. But they don't understand, man. There's a very, very, very philosophical side of David Goggins. And that's the side that book right there, Never Finished, gives them, is that that's the real me. Like, what they see me in a 1 minute video when I'm fucking hyped up. And the whole idea about that 1 minute video is that I'm trying to get you the fuck off the couch. And I don't have 10 to 20 minutes to give you some great philosophy.
And I definitely wouldn't say that I've got a stressful life at all. I've actually done a pretty good job at getting all the fucking energy drainers out of my life. But this last week I've kind of had a situation arise where I've had to really put some mental thought into it, and it was emotionally disrupting enough to where I just had to kind of feel it and process it, think through it. What did I do? What did the other person do? What could I have done better? What was on them? What was on me? It's taken me a week, dude, in that calorie deficit. Just like, so it's like I had multiple things hit home too and peak at the same time. I feel like I'm on the other side of that now, you know, where my thoughts ain't as on it predominantly. And it's just kind of the natural rhythm of things. At first you're thinking about it a lot, then you process it, pros, cons, back and forth until you just get to the point where you've worked it all out. So sometimes the only way through this shit, or the only way through it, the only way out is through, you know? So just processing the shit. But I'm saying, like, some people got really stressful lives, so throwing that shit in there and having a chemical imbalance on top of it is just maybe not a good idea, honestly. Guess it just depends on how mentally tough you are and how prepared for it you are, because I honestly, like, I heard, like, oh yeah, like, there's a mental side to it. I'm like, okay, right on. But no, it's like, oh, okay, I get it now. Like, once you go through, it's like, oh, fuck, I see. Not trying to sound like a pussy, but what I am trying to do is just let people know what they're getting themselves into, so you don't go into it blindsided and you can go into it more prepared. You know, because if you know, then you can prep yourself a little better. All right, going to go into one set to failure and then be done with it here on the calves.
So my belief, why I kept on training would get easier. It's because I believed I could fucking make it. Through the training I put myself through, I just wasn't doing and executing as I should. And I knew that. It was all on me. So then when I put that belief into work and that hard work came to fruition, everything happened for me.
And for the few people, let's say that may not know of David Goggins yet, you know, you described your upbringing as having front row seats to a horror movie. If you could briefly give the people listening some context on that.
So what I was talking about with that one was my mom. And you can't hurt me. My mom was like, you're not going to put some of my life in this. But over a period of time, like, Mom, this just wasn't your fucking life. I was a young kid watching you go through this shit. I was living it with you. And I didn't have the brain to absorb life.
Jesus.
So
All
I
right.
even more than you lived it. So I had to get my mom to a point where she even let me go here. So what I mean by that is I watched my mom, and I was able to put all of my horror to the side. Watching your mom go through her
Now,
and I was never
you know,
it wasn't like my mom.
I talked about like doing forearms, your first workout or exercise of your day, and then doing back. Well, I feel like that's just counterproductive. Because if you actually do burn out your forearms, well, whenever you go to do back, right after that, do you think you're going to go to forearm failure and grip strength failure? Or do you think you're actually going to reach failure on your lats? Probably going to reach failure on your forearms. So you now just made the weakest link weaker, and you can't even, you know, work out the muscle group you're looking to work out, which was back. So I'm going to kind of experiment with this a little bit, because I feel like calves are like the forearm of the leg. So I've still got squats and Romanian deadlift to do. So we'll see if I feel like it put too much of a dent in those. It's obviously a different type of muscle compared to the forearm, but we'll see. I don't want to take away from those other lifts, but doing them at the end, calves at the end of legs, dude, your quads are burnt out and you're just sitting there shaking in the standing position. It's not good for me. So I'm going to try putting them at the beginning and see if I think they're if that's a good position for them in the routine. All right. Okay, so we're basically going to start on hamstrings now. This is going to be just a regular seated leg curl. Do some standing leg curls for singles later, but not now. Just do those at the end just to kind of drive home and finish the muscle out. Get some good warm-up sets in here, and then go on these heavier ones here. Tonight I'll do quads at the gym, and they got the adductor machine there, so hit some adductors, then just a shitload of leg extensions really.
It's interesting how, you know, going into never finish, you think about how does the...
And I don't know if this machine's going to allow for me to do standing singles. And I can do at least my right leg, but my left leg, it might be hard because I've got to stand inside of this arm, and I might not get the stretch I want, so I may end up having to just do them regular seated. I could do them lying down, but I don't like this machine for that. It's probably fine, but it's a motion I haven't gotten used to yet. Do another warm up of that weight, and then start bumping up a little bit.
And I come in, when my mom left my father, we moved to Brazil, Indiana. my mom drives up, and I'm thinking I'm gonna
And I'll introduce to you guys David Goggins, playing on the speaker right now. Motherfucker's a fucking beast. I like taking parts from successful people, this person, that person. Jocko's got the leadership. David Goggins got the mentally tough shit. Andrew Frisella's fucking rich. He knows the ins and outs of business. Boom, dude. Put all that in me, you know. Say you're the sum of your 5 best friends. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future, you know. You got 5 idiots, and you're hanging out with them. You're gonna soon be the 6th, you know, type shit. You know, we are who we become, or who we hang out with. So, you know, I like to, they don't know they're direct mentors to me, but they're indirect, and I take that saying serious, man. Like, why wouldn't I gravitate towards the most successful people in the industry, or, you know, leaders in the industry and whatnot? Why would I spend most of my time with people that aren't actually doing anything with themselves? You know, if I do everything everybody else is doing, then I'm going to get the same result. And so I've taken that saying serious, and I'm like, dude, I'm only going to absorb from the top people in the fields of endeavor that I'm looking to achieve. And dude, I'm telling you, they think different, and it's just a totally different mindset on life, and it helps you. Especially if you're serious about going where you say you're going. I'm just an extremist, dude. Like, I like taking things to their limits. How far can this fucking go? How far can I take this? How far can I scale it up? Just all of those concepts, just kind of an extreme. That's just how I've been, man. Since a young kid. How far can I take this shit?
No matter how small or overlooked these jobs might be, you will continue to half-ass your life. Is that Sergeant Jack inspired?
Yeah, feeling good, baby. Gonna add some weight, start doing some working sets here. And I was talking about how I don't do squats because they was typically hurting my back. And I was staying away from deadlift too because it was tweaking my back, dude. But I think that was whenever I first started working out again. And so I think now that I built up my core, built up some more strength in a lot of other areas, my legs, my knees are feeling better, like all that shit, I've lost weight. Like all that is a factor. So I think I'm seriously, where I was just contemplating, I'm more seriously starting to get to the point where I'm wanting to maybe start throwing deadlift in there. And I don't know about squats just yet, but I'm thinking about throwing deadlifts in there as a serious consideration, and starting to really kind of maybe build my strength in it. You know, 20 pounds a month or some shit. Try to start getting stronger with the deadlift there. So, and just see, because I think that it was probably tweaking my back just because the core muscles weren't there to protect it. So I think now that they are, or at least stronger, then it's going to be way less risk of injury. So I'm going to probably end up giving it a shot. I just haven't figured out what day I want to put it in there. I don't really want it on a big back day, and I really don't want to do it on leg day. I'd like to do it on a day that has less demand on resources. That was stupid.
It just morphed into a man that was like, we gotta get it done.
David, I want to talk about this alter ego that you created, Goggins. Right? And I'm curious, like, what led to the creation of Goggins' alter ego?
Well, discipline was huge, but then we always fall back on what's comfortable. What's comfortable for me was, if it's easy for me, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And so when I was going through pararescue training, I was ran up against an obstacle. it was the water. I fucking hit the water. But I tried hard to get over that. And I would go to the pool and I would try. But my mind wasn't strong enough. David Goggins, even with all the discipline, I didn't have that next fucking level. When you're truly committed to something, not like when you like, you know, I want to be.
Oh yeah, baby. There it is. All right, we're gonna take this next set to failure. Got a little bit more weight on here. And now that I've gotten leaner, standing naked in the mirror last night and bent over to pick up something, and I seen the split right here in between the hamstring and the quad. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. So we got some more leg development than I thought. They just used to be so fucking big that I look at them now, I'm just like, dude, fucking weak, you know? But actually I'm doing pretty good for coming back off of back surgery. And with honestly minimal, I take everything to failure whenever I do my leg workouts, but I don't do that many exercises for them. But like I'm talking, they used to be so big, like I would fucking bend over to pick something up and I'd rip my fucking pants, dude. Like be out fucking somewhere nice, dressed up, you bend over, rip your fucking pants. It's like, god damn, dude. I was fucking doing that shit all the time, bro. Got to the point, it's like, dude, I need sweatpants or like stretchy denim, dude. And so coming from that, having big ass legs, been running, sprinting, riding bikes for years, like, to now, it's just like, you think, I don't know. I've seen that difference, but really they're pretty developed. Kind of. Pretty good. Decent. I've seen way worse. We'll say that. Alright, man. We'll do one set to failure. These leg curls, and then we're going to do some Romanian deadlift, or maybe straight leg deadlift there.
The guy that can withstand all kind of torture and pain. They keep coming after you. And that's where that next with evolution.
And speaking of Goggins, appearing when you need him, in the book you talk about the Moab 240, this 240-mile race in Utah, elevation gain of about 31,000 feet, and 200 miles or so into the race. And I believe this was in 2020. But there was a time where I think he was winning, or something, David winning, Goggins came out, and he was
yeah, man. Like I said, nothing's permanent. Nothing's permanent. That's why I'm on. You have to keep what you want to get in front of your mind. Because you're going to be
We call that one good there. I was talking about like the last, I think I got like 28 on that. I was talking about just like the hamstrings are basically the bicep of the leg, right? The bicep of the leg. And I think these leg curls build that hamstring towards the closer to the knee joint in the back. And just like curls, whenever you're doing bicep curls, like if you're doing it from the down position, it starts building more of that muscle towards the elbow joint. Well, if you're doing biceps with like a close grip palmed up pull down, and back stuff will be working more at the shoulder joint. So to get it more uniformly, trying to think of an exercise that would start building the hamstring more towards the glute and the hip joint. And the only thing I've been able to come up with are fucking, that would probably do it, would be hip thrusts. And those motherfuckers look so goddamn gay for a guy to be doing them. I haven't really done them yet because I'm just like, that's a fucking girl exercise. But it would probably work the shit out of it, dude. Especially after you've pre-exhausted it with like the leg curls and Romanian deadlifts, and then you go over there and fucking do it. Drive a couple heavy ass sets to failure home. I mean, honestly, it'd probably do the fucking trick, but. Alright. Do some Romanian deadlift here. Or straight leg deadlift. Hell, I said I was going to do Romanian last week, and then whenever I started, I ended up doing basically just regular, instead of halfway, just burning those out. I ended up going all the way full, so I'm just going to kind of play it how I feel like I want to. Go with the flow on how it goes, but I'm going to do some type of variation that is hamstring intensive. Start off with one warm-up set. And like a fucking dumbass, I did sit-ups 2 days in a row. And I fucking kind of feel it in my back a little bit today. Hell, I felt it in my back after I got done doing them yesterday, so might not be the most ideal position for lower back right this second, but you don't know unless you try. Yep.
And your pacer, Mike, I mean, you can describe him as a fellow savage. What was his response to this when he saw you?
Well, you know, he used to me for about a period of an hour and a half, 2 hours. I would walk, I would run, I would kind of lean over. When I came out,
oh yeah. Fucking love that burn on that movement.
Another person that lies deeper. So when I started running, he couldn't believe that I started dropping my pacer. Think about this. I'm 200 miles in. No sleep breaks, fucked up ankle, and he knows I'm jacked up. And this guy who has run, I think about 60, 70 miles with me at the time, he knows I'm 200 miles in this. And this guy, and he knows he's a savage, he's run several ultra races. He knows how broke a man is at 200 miles. I'm going down 7-minute miles, man, and I'm leaving him. I know what I'm thinking about, and I know he's a savage. And I know what I'm trying to do to Mike. I'm using Mike as the ultimate ammunition because two savages.
Oh.
One savage knows that the other savage is going 200 miles. I'm fucking with this guy. I'm using him as fuel. I'm using his anger, his hate. He's mad at me now. He's mad at himself. I'm using him. This is my boy. But I'm using him. I'm dragging that shit. I want him to be mad at me.
Really wanted to stay away from doing
And that's what happens.
straps on this movement here, but my grip strength's been failing. Before, I feel like I've been going to muscular failure, so as much as I don't want to, I am going to use them on this one. Yes, I need to bring my grip strength up, but I just haven't taken the fucking time to do it, so this is what it is at this point. Today, anyways. Alright.
Just going at it, and that's what I wanted. And that's what Mike was thinking. He never told me really what he was thinking. He showed me how the fuck are you able to do this? And I pissed him off. It was beautiful.
It's like when you see someone do something, it means more than when someone tells you something. And I know in Can't Hurt Me, you talk about the concept of taking souls. I'm not sure you were trying to take Mike's soul in that moment, but you can describe what that concept means.
It's kind of like that. The basic of taking souls. The normal human being, being in the situation that you're in, would be defeated. And the person that's with you knows that in that situation, a watching them because they all know at Wednesday we're all defeated. Everybody's fucked up on Wednesday. And it's Wednesday. But I got the information. I know where you were on Wednesday. And I know what you're thinking. I should be at Wednesday. I should just fucking.
Oh.
I'm not going to give you that. I'm going to show you what Wednesday is for me. Wednesday for me is not Wednesday for you. And so when I did that,
And I'm sorry. If I still had quads to do after this, they're just not getting focused on. Not like I would if I had hamstrings and then quads either in a split, AM, PM split, or different days. Sorry, man. You're going to take every single one to failure. Now, I would typically want to have at least, I could do some overlapping in there. I mean, 10 workouts. I mean, leg extension, squat, then leg extension again, then some singles. Then you'd have leg curls, Romanian deadlift. Then you would have more leg curls and then single leg curls. And potentially, yeah. So right there, I don't even think there's, I could probably position them in a way to where I just come full circle. But I don't think you'll get as much out of it as if you just focus on one muscle group, destroy it to absolute failure, and then move on to that second muscle group and destroy it. I just don't think you have the energy to expend on it. Dorian did it. I don't remember what order he did everything in, but he did a pretty good fucking job. I'd say that was probably one of his more extensive workouts too, time-wise. He was probably about an hour on that workout, I'd say. I could be wrong. Probably for sure at least 45 minutes, or like 50 minutes. Alright. You go over here, start doing some squats. And I bought a landmine, and it's like it connects to the landmine, Olympic bar, and you got like a shoulder harness, and you can go and do fucking squats with it. And that thing's pretty badass. I just don't like setting it up. Another variation that's not bad with squat I've seen is like an arm that comes off the Smith machine. It's an arm that has weights on it, and it's connected with a chain. You just go up and down like this with it. Fucking thing looked badass. It's like $300. I could have bought it, I just didn't want to. Alright. We're gonna do just one set of warm-ups and then a set to failure. Definitely feel my hamstrings right now. That's why I like doing squats on hamstring day and quad day. Because once you pre-exhaust them on other movements, whether it be hamstrings or the squat, or the hamstrings or the quads, once you get over here to the squats, man, it doesn't matter. You're going to feel it in that pre-exhausted muscle.
So after It's just the truth.
Hot.
And that is the truth. So what I do is I take all that shit and I get all the hate, I get my phone, and I talk into it. When everybody said about me, I'll talk into it. So then I started having fun with it. I started putting beats to it, different tracks to it, even sound tracks, whatever. Started putting on a loop. And next before I know it, man, I'm like, damn, this shit's kind of fucking badass. Who the fuck gets their haters content that are talking about yourself, and I listen to it. And before I know it, it becomes an alternate fuel. Even though I'm not listening to the shit that way, it just gives me a spark on those days. And I'm like, I want these motherfuckers to hate me even more. The haters follow you like a motherfucker. They know more about you than your mama knows about you. They get all your books. They get all your podcasts. They get all your social media. They know where you live. They know where you sleep. They know everything about you.
That was a good pre-exhaust. Little warm-up set there.
I'm gonna give you some more for you to hate on me, man. For you to not like
Catch my breath, and I'm gonna drive it home.
That's where all that comes from.
One set to failure.
Well, David, I'm curious. So, with the first book, Can't Hurt Me, immediately goes to the top.
I think I had about 1,000 calories yesterday.
I think Michelle Obama's book
The
came
meal at the end of the night wasn't as big.
again, but you fast
I probably tossed and turned for the last fucking week.
right around the time. Never
Probably, I'll bet you I'll wake up
once again at the top of the
15 to 20 times a night.
for you.
Roll over to one side, wake up, roll over to the next. And just fucking do that until about 5 o'clock in the morning. Until I feel like I can finally crash out all the way because I'm exhausted.
You're probably disciplined, but where's the desire and that fire?
Probably too much food before I go to bed.
Achieve all this success.
Like I said in the beginning, a lot
Alright,
of people think that I'm just some
add a little bit more weight.
guy that does push-ups and sit-ups and runs. They got so wrong. They got so wrong, man. Like, most of my true ability comes from the discipline of mind. And that's where my
I don't even know what that is.
is that
280, you think? 280.
incredible.
Alright.
I know the side of me that can deep thoughtful books and give people things that can make you cry, make you happy, make you sad. I can bring you through an emotion. I can give you 10 years
Uh-huh.
3 pages.
Lightweight, baby.
I grew up and I thought I was real stupid. I thought I was dumb. You know, I thought I couldn't read and write. All these different things, man. So the motivation for me now is that while I do a lot of working out, that's what I do in school. That's my school, man. That's what I learn. That's where the deepness of my thought comes from. That's where the philosophical side of me comes from. That's where all my parables come from. I speak in like Bible terms a lot of times, and people don't understand, man, how deep I am. So I'm against Michelle Obama, and I'm a self-published guy. I spent over $1 million trying to get Michelle Obama's book out there. Even though I didn't get Michelle Obama both times, it was my chance. It was the women, people all the time. Motherfucker, let's go. You're a smart, brilliant woman. You should have got nothing to fucking running, swimming, it's the intellectual side. That motherfucker thought he didn't have. That I do that. That was the motivation. I'm gonna go up against the best of the best in book writing. And I'm gonna be better than you. That was the motivation. The creative mind through the suffering, through the life that I thought was horrible, it was an ultimate training ground. The lessons I learned didn't come from Stanford or Yale or Princeton. They came from the hard knocks of life. I gotta do knocks, man. And so now I'm writing from the fucking calloused mind.
Alright.
I'm writing from Yale and Princeton.
About done with this hamstring workout.
I'm like a real world, deep, savage, deep and shit. And the beauty of that, when I go up against these savage, great minds, these great people who are smart, and the whole world knows them.
We do
A fraction of people know
one double leg
every day.
to failure and one single leg, and it's each leg to failure, and that's done. That's hamstrings. That's it. Then hit the quads later tonight. Maybe tomorrow. I may have to do something tonight. Won't be on film. But if I do them tomorrow, I'll put them on film. But I'm probably not. Trying to give a day of rest after especially legs and then back. So I think that probably needs to take priority rather than me smashing another leg workout and quad workout in. If I don't do it tonight, then probably should just take a day, or I don't know, thinking out loud, but do them tomorrow and then take a day off afterwards. That's just too much. Probably need to just squeeze them in today. Take the day off tomorrow if I can. Alright, let's fucking drive this home. Even though I've already hit several hamstring exercises, this one's just as important to go to failure and stay squeezed and contracted and flexed the whole time. Really just to bring it that much more home. Oh, yeah. Alright. My mind was saying stop from like rep 2.
And as you say in the book, you don't need to blow noses and wiping buttholes in a firefight.
No, sir. No, sir. Here's your weapon, here's your ammo. And that's your car, and that's your sector. Have fun.
So of everything you described, you have the kind of life that it's almost like fiction would have even been stranger. Because you talk about that you're not like Will Smith or Pursuit of Happiness in the sense that when you hit a high point in your life, there's always something around the corner, right? That's potentially going to strip you down of everything and put you back to zero. Has that always been the case?
Always, man. Whenever I'm that one person, man, who's like, has the flag in hand, climbing Mount Everest. And I am almost getting ready to stick that flag in hand and the avalanche comes. Every time, man, and it sucks. But you have to know why you're here on Earth. Whether it's the truth or not.
Alright. Let's fucking drive it home and get the fuck out of here.
I honestly believe I was put here to show people how to get through the dark times.
Oh yeah, I was gonna do this standing, I'm not though. Have it in my mind a different way, and I don't want to take the time to set the machine up. So we're gonna stay with what we usually do.
The lessons aren't learned at the top of the mountain, my friend.
Oh, lost the burn by then.
The lessons are learned in the middle, at the beginning, and at the very top. So that's why I've never made it to the top of the mountain. And every time I almost did, I'd climb back up. I climbed back up, the muscles became more crystallized. Everything became a lot more clear to me. And some things I missed in the first time, I got on the second time. But it doesn't mean because you're climbing the same mountain over and over again, that you're super fucking successful. I'm super successful.
All right.
And now I know the fastest route up that motherfucker. I know all the fucking dangers. I know all the
This rep range is probably entirely too high, but for some reason, I just don't think I get that burn and focus whenever I'm trying to get 8 reps. It starts really picking up at about the 10 to 12 and beyond. So yeah, I could probably use a little heavier weight, but I honestly feel like I'd be sacrificing concentration on that muscle. Alright, and I took a week off. No, I'm sorry, not a week off, but a day off after my last leg workout. I'm definitely stronger right now. I can feel it. Can feel it! Alright.
In that one situation, you have to go through every fucking scenario. You have to try everything to succeed. And then beyond that, think about how you can link up these two things. Because maybe these two things will help me succeed. So once you go through the whole world, then you gotta start pairing the things that are interesting.
Okay.
And once you know,
Obviously I can do more with that right leg, but I'm stopping the same amount of reps I got with my weak leg. And that was a hamstring workout. June 26, 2024, day 59, 75 hard, 59 days of the spring cut. Still have 16 days of 75 hard left, but I'm probably still going to go another 45 days on the cut just to get my body down where I want it to be. Then turn that point and start throwing extra calories in there, working on my strength again. But keeping that fine line in between I'm going way over my calorie range or I'm just well within it. I'm still seeing strength gains and I'm just basically providing enough just to see my strength gains and my body weight going up. So that being said, I appreciate you guys for following along with me. If you like the way that I take you through the workouts and my progression and how I break them down, please share, like, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys engaging with me in the comments and the ones who are following along. If this ain't for you, all good, man. Let's part as friends. But that was day 58. All right, I'll see you guys.